Namaste, Manoj sir. Good evening, good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our July 2022 edition of Swar Shravan. The weather has warmed up quite a bit, and to warm up, to warm us up musically, no doubt, Manoj sir, you're going to have a top-notch artist for us today. So, without further ado, over to you, Manoj sir, for the artist's presentation for the day.
Thank you so much, Shashadriji, and namaskar, everyone, for Swar Shravan session number 23. Yes. So, today we are going to talk about a female vocalist and a vocalist who belonged to a different genre, who was extremely well known for semi-classical music. So, in which she sang semi-classical compositions like Thumri, Dadra, Chaiti, Kajri, and all those other compositions, bhajans, of course. And someone who was recognized for her work in popularizing semi-classical music when she was given the Padma Bhushan honor, conferred the Padma Bhushan honor. Such a legendary singer, but somehow we don't seem to be talking about her too much these days. And so we thought that it will be so nice to relive all the stuff that she has done in promoting semi-classical genres of music and also inspiring so many of today's contemporary artists to take up semi-classical music. And whom are we talking about? Yes, none other than Vidushi Shobha Gortu. Yes, Shobha Gortu ji. You know, growing up, I remember I had heard a cassette of hers. I think it was probably released by Music Today. I don't remember, but in that there was a Thumri in Khamaj that I still remember. Kit gaye bamri banake more sham. Somehow that cassette and that entire set of compositions that Shobhaji sang made a great impact on me, and I really began following her and listening to her more. And she just has such a unique style of singing, as you will notice. And she has a very good classical background also, mind you. But as you will hear in her interview, that she says that she somehow got attracted towards Thumri, uh, in which words were sung with different variations. That really kind of made her inclined more towards the semi-classical genres of music. So we'll be actually starting with a Thumri in Khamaj that you will hear from her. Not the same one that I mentioned just now. It's a different one, but I hope you enjoy this. It's in Tal Deep Chandi, 14 beat cycle. And the interesting thing about Thumri is towards the end, the speed becomes very fast and the rhythmic cycle changes to 8 beats cycle, and they call it the laggi. And then after the laggi finishes, sometimes the singer comes back to the original tal and the original speed, or he prefers to just finish it there. So here we go, Tumri Mishra Khamaj by Shobha Gortu. Aha. Dha. Dhin. Dha. Dha. Din. Din. Ta. Din. Dha. Dha. Dhin. Dhin. Dha.
Shobha Gortu. Imagine.
Hmm. Uh-huh. Huh. Uh-huh.
अब घर जादू मोहल्लाज आए रही राधा नंद कुंवर समुझा के रही राधा नंद कुंवर राधा नंद कुंवर समुझा के रही
This is the lucky part where the rhythm cycle changes to 8 beats.
कुंवर समुझा के रही राधा नंद कुंवर समुझा राधा नंद कुंवर राधा नंद कुंवर राधा नंद कुंवर राधा नंद कुंवर समुझा के रही राधा नंद कुंवर समुझा के रही राधा नंद कुंवर समुझा
Wow.
Selected.
So
0
that
Manoj
was
Summary MP3 31.2 MB. File info 0 to Rob Mishra Shivran
so that
MP3
was
13.6
Mishra
MB.
Khamaj Tumri
2022
that we
06
heard.
30.
And as you notice, her precision when she arrives at the starting point of the cycle is so precise and very absolutely uh, perfect, and that's always so good to see, because many a times when we sing we get just carried away in the alaps, and then we suddenly remember to come to this starting point, which is the sum as we call it. But the ease, the smoothness which Shobhaji has in her singing is just so unique, and that's what you will see in most of her compositions that she sings. And there is so much of expression, and it feels as if she really puts her heart and soul into all the compositions that she sings. So this next one is a composition in Kehrwa Tal, which is 8 beats, Chai Ghata Ghanghor, Rag Shivranjani. I'm sure all of you know how Shivranjani goes. Sare ga pa dha sa dha pa ga re ga re sa re sa ni ga pa dha sa re ga re ga sa. So here we go with Shobhaji singing for
0
us
for interview MP3
Chai
6.7
Ghata
MB.
Ghanghor.
2022 06 30. File info 0 to Rob Mishra Shivranjani MP3 13.6 MB. Select / back button.
छा छाई घटा घन घोर ओ राम छाई घटा घन घोर
aha,
ओ राम छाई घटा घन घोर पपिहा मचावे शोर छाई घटा घन घोर ओ राम छाई घटा घन घोर
aha,
छाई घटा घन घोर घन घोर घन घोर घन घोर घन घोर घटा घन घोर ओ राम छाई घटा घन घोर पापिहा मचावे शोर ओ पापिहा मचावे शोर छाई घटा घन घोर चमके बिजुरिया 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 चमके बिजुरिया डर मोह लागे चमके बिजुरिया बदराकार गिर गिर आए बदराकार गिर गिर आए गिर 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 आए हो बदराकार गिर गिर आए चमके बिजुरिया डरो मोहे लागे चमके बिजुरिया डरो मोहला डर मोहला डर मोहला गे चमके बिजुरिया डर मोहला डर मोहला गे हो छाई घटा घन घोर ओ राम छाई घटा घन घोर ओ राम छाई घटा घन घोर ओ राम
aha.
छाई घटा घन घोर
Wow.
Selected.
very pleasant
13.6 MB, 2022,
way
06,
that Shobhaji has when she sings all these compositions. It's just so soothing, and like I said earlier, the smoothness with which she presents all the compositions is really amazing. And the next one is what we call Chaiti. Now, I think we had spoken about Chaiti before in one of our earlier sessions. So Chaiti basically means a composition that talks about the month of Chaitra and the things that happen during that month, Chaitra Masa. You know, so this is a Chaiti that Shobhaji is going to be singing for us, based on Tal Deep Chandi, 14-beat cycle, little faster than what we heard before in the first composition. So here we go, Chaiti by Shobhaji.
File info 03 Chaiti MP3. Select slash backup button.
सुंदरी रंगा चैतर सुंदरी रंगा दे पियवा 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 चैतर सुंदरी रंगा
Wow, that was Chaiti for you. Another wonderful example of how smoothly Shobhaji just presents all the words and with so much of expression. As for the rag, normally these compositions are not specifically based on a rag. These are like folk tunes, right? So, but while singing, we can sometimes show shades of rags. So, for example, if you notice, she actually showed the shade of rag Nand. Sa ga ga ma gama padhani padha ma pa gama dha pa re sa ga ga ma. So you can show shades of various rags when you're presenting these sort of compositions. So they may not be necessarily based on a rag, because like I said, they are invariably based on folk tunes. So the next presentation is her interview, Shobhaji's interview. It's a very short one. For some reason, could not get a longer interview of hers. It's in Marathi, but let's listen to it. So here we go, interview with Shobhaji.
Speech on. File in 04 interview MP3. Select.
आई गात होती ना माझी. आईची आई पण गायची. आई गाताना ते शिकवायला यायची ना खसाब वगैरे क्लासिकल भुजी खसाब शिकवायची. मग त्या डान्स पण शिकायच्या. ते डान्स काय मी घेतला नाही, काय मी तेवढी सुंदर नाही खरं सांगते. आणि नंतर ठुमरी शिकवायला घमन खसाब येत होती. मला आवडायचं गाणं. सगळीच मी गाणं ऐकत बसायची. त्यांनी पण मला शिकवलं होतं. तुमचं होतो तो रे का देशकार, ते सारखं किती पण त्याला हे करावं लागतं ना. आई म्हणून नको, ठुमरीच बरी वाटते मला, असं मला माझ्या मनात लहानपणी असं वाटलं की ठुमरीच बरी असते. कारण खासा सुंदर तऱ्हेने शिकवायचे, टबल असायचं हे असायचं. आणि ते गाणं मला सा म्हण ग नको असं वाटायचं. पण आता तीच बरोबर होतं असं वाटायला लागलं. मला क्लासिकल शिकवलं नथन कासाबने. क्लासिकल पण शिकत होते मी, जयपूर घराणा, पण थोडंसं. नथन खासाहेब, बुर्जी खासाहेब, अब्दुल रहमान खासाहेब नाही. त्यांचंही गाणं वेगळं कठीण, पंजाबी स्टाईल वेगळी आहे. असं कसं कठीणच आहे गाणं, शब्द तोडता कामा नये. म्हणजे जसं काव्य असताना त्याला मध्ये तोडवून काहीतरी करून मग त्याचं ते हे जातं. भावना आल्या पाहिजे, अर्थ पण कळला पाहिजे लोकांना. आम्ही काय ते असं काय कसं म्हणतात, नुसतं सूर पकडून होत नाही ना. सूर, ताल, भावना, प्रेझेंटेशन कसं करायचं हे आलं पाहिजे ठुमरीला. दिल लेके मुझे बदनाम किया रे, अब काहे जरावत मोरा जिया प्रोग्राममध्ये गाताना असं होतं, कोण पहिलं काय गाऊन गेलं म्हणजे तेच आपण गायचं. आपला इम्प्रेशन मारायला त्याला खालती डाऊन करायचं नाही. कधीच केलं नाही मी आयुष्यामध्ये कोणाला डाऊन. आणि नंतर आपण दुसरे आपल्याकडे खूप भरणं असला पाहिजे ना. तिला कमत गाऊन गेल्यानंतर ती पोरगी मी तिला कमत गाव किती वाईट दिसतं ते. नाही, मी कधीच केलं नाही. मी दुसरं काय कुस्तीत खाता म्हणाल मी एवढं शिकवलं ते काय करतेस, दुसरं गायचं. दुसरं काय प्रोग्रामला जाते तेव्हा सगळे लोक मला दाद देतात. तुम्हाला अप्रतिम असं वाटतं की खरा आशीर्वाद मिळाला. पद्मभूषण मिळालं खरं आहे. त्याच्यापेक्षाही समक्ष जे पद्मभूषण तुम्ही लोक देतात
आहा.
त्याला मला खूप आनंद होतो. आणि तुम्ही मला माझ्यावरती एवढं प्रेम करता. मनुष्य म्हणून प्रेम गाणं वेगळं असताना माणुसकी म्हणून एक असते, ती पण ठेवली पाहिजे. असं नुसतं गाऊन गेल्यानंतर काय दुसरं काय नाही असं नाही वाटत. जर्मनीला जाऊन माझा धाकटा मुलगा त्रिलोक गोर्टू आपलं नाव ऐकलं असेल. फार चांगला ड्रम वाजवते म्हणतात ते लोक, आणि वाजवतं खरं. पण मी त्याला हे करत नाही, कारण आपणच आपल्या मुलाचं काय सांगायचं, लोकांनी सांगून सांगितलं पाहिजे. आनंद होतो, खरा आनंद मला होतो. माझी तिन्ही मुलगी चांगली आहेत. माझा नरेंद्र आहे तो त्याला इतकं गाणं सुंदर चांगलं समजतंय. आता इथे बसलाय, पण मी काय गाताना मला भीती वाटते काही चुकले तर तू बघ मम्मा तुझी चुकली होतीस. इज माय गुरु.
Selected.
It was
04 interview MP3.
such a
8.7
sweet,
MB.
short,
2022.
crisp
06.
interview, right?
Island
So
05 Dadra MP3.
yeah, so
16
basically what
MB.
Shobhaji mentioned in her
2022.
interview
06.
was
30.
um,
Actions available.
her mother and her mother's mother, her grandmother, they would learn music, and apparently they would learn dance also, but Shobhaji did not um, uh, take to dance. So she initially learned classical music, but then she somehow felt very attracted by Thumri, and then uh, she she said as to how she always would respect the previous artist, meaning if they have sung a particular piece, she would not repeat that, and she would make sure that she would sing something different, so that she would never ever put down any artist. And she said one very, very touching thing that she said was, although she was conferred the Padma Bhushan, but the appreciation that you get from the audience right then is the true Padma Bhushan that any artist can have, right? And that's so true. So somebody who was so dear to everyone, like you'll never hear any sort of controversy or nothing about Shobhaji, and she's not there among us anymore, but her legacy will always remain for sure. Especially her legacy to semi-classical music and her contribution to Thumri and other genres of semi-classical music is so immense that it will stay till time immemorial. So the next one is a very, very popular composition that she sings. It's called Dadra. So basically what that means is that it's set to Dadra Tal. So that's why it's called Dadra. So there is a semi-classical genre, just like we have Thumri. And then there is Dadra, which is specifically set to Dadra Tal, 6-beat cycle. This is one such composition that she sings. It's kind of pahadi, little bit, but like I said, it's more like a folk tune, right? And the composition is Rangi Sari Gulabi Chunariya. So here we go, Shobhaji with this very popular Dadra.
File info. 06 Rock Barabi. 05 Dadra MP3. Select / back button.
रंग सारी गुलाबी चुनरिया रे रंगी सारी गुलाबी चुनरिया रे मोहे मारे नजरिया सबरिया रे मोहे मारे नजरिया सबरिया रे रंग सारी गुलाबी गुलाबी चुंदरिया हो रंग सारी हो पहनी सारी गुलाबी चुंदरिया रे मोहे मारे नजरिया सबरिया सावरिया 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 मोहे मारे नजरिया सावरिया रे मोहे मारे नजरिया सावरिया रंगी सारी गुलाबी गुलाबी या, या, रंगी सारी गुलाबी चुनरिया रे मोहे मारे नजरिया सवरिया रे जावो जी जाओ जावो जी करो ना बतिया जावो जी आ जावो जी करो ना बतिया जावो जी करो ना बतिया जावो जी जाओ जी जाओ जी जाओ जाओ जी करो ना बतिया ए जी बाली है बाली है मोरी मरिया रे ए जी बाली है मोरी मरिया नजरिया सवरिया रे मोहे मारे नजरिया सवरिया।
Wow, so pleasant and
Selected.
uh,
05 Dadra MP3.
as always,
16
so
dot 3
expressive.
MB, 2022.
So
06.
this was Dadra
Actions
by
available.
Shobhaji. And now to conclude, we have for you, as always, a composition in Bhairavi. Now this is a devotional song, different kind of a devotional song. It was written by the daughter of Kabir Sahab, Kamali, and it's actually a very popular one, sung by different singers in different rags. But Shobhaji has sung this in Rag Bhairavi, set to Keherwa Tal, 8 beats. Saiya nikas gaye, main na ladi thi. So here we go, Rag Bhairavi, bhajan by Shobhaji and written by Kabir Sahab's daughter, who was Kamali.
File info. 06 Rob Barabi MP3. Select. Screenshot.
सैया निकस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा
वाह,
सैया निकस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी सैया निकस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी सैया निकस गए सैया निकस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी सैया निकस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी सैया निकस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी ना कछु बोली ना कछु चाली ना कछु बोली ना कछु चाली चादर ओढ़ पलंगा पे बड़ी सैया निकस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी राम कहत काम आने काम काम गा कबीर की में से बिहाई से दो कुंवारी भली थी
वाह
सयान कस गए मैं ना लड़ी थी मैं ना लड़ी थी सयानी कस गया मैं ना लड़ी थी सयानी कस गया मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा मैं ना लड़ी थी मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा मैं ना लड़ी थी मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा मैं ना लड़ी थी सया निकस गए हो मैं ना लड़ी थी राम मैं ना लड़ी थी रामा 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 मैं ना लड़ी मैं ना लड़ी मैं ना लड़ी थी राम
वाह let's all bow down to this legendary artist Shobhaji, Vidushi Shobha Gortu ji, who really took semi-classical singing to a totally new, different level. And like I said at the beginning of the session, inspired so many of the contemporary artists to take up semi-classical music as a full-time singing venture. So let's all listen to more of her singing and get inspired. It's always so true that good music and divine music inspires us in different ways. It need not necessarily make us sing well, we may not be singers, but it can impact our lives in so many ways. So let's all listen to Shobhaji's music and appreciate her contribution to the field of semi-classical music. So with that, we come to the end of session number 23 of Swar Shravan. As always, it was so much pleasure bringing to you this session, and the next session will be on August 14th, and that will be session number 24. And as you all know by now, we will be talking about an instrumental artist in that session. So stay safe everyone and happy listening. Namaskar.